now concerns over a coronavirus spike as Danbury deals with an uptick in COVID-19 cases. That shift in numbers is worrying health experts, and it's why the governor and mayor are getting the word out, encouraging people to get tested. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is live with the mobile newsroom in Danbury with those details. Matt.
Well, Aaron, when it comes to infection rates, because of that recent spike, Danbury here is around 6 or 7%. That's compared statewide, which is just 1%. So you can see while they're working fast to sort of get their arms around this to make sure it doesn't spread to any other part of the state.
These steps that we're taking are measured, they're reasonable, they're rational, and it's because we're concerned.
Danbury's mayor says they've seen an uptick in COVID cases over the last 2 weeks, and the thought is the spike is connected to people traveling, religious services, and local sports. Though health experts add through contact tracing, they've also linked cases to get-togethers and barbecues.
We're trying to ask people to stay socially distant if they are going to have a family gathering, and to limit the amount of togetherness that we have.
The increase happened quickly, and it's why the city and state are moving fast to limit the spread. After seeing more than 240 positive tests over the last 2 weeks, compared with just over 40 from the previous 14-day period, Danbury set up sites around the city, testing roughly 1,000 people over the last 2 days.
You don't need to be symptomatic. It's a free test, and that way we can find the levels of the spread and where it is, and through our contact tracing, be able to go back and be able to find out where folks picked up the particular virus.
We're told the state is investigating a small outbreak at a Danbury rehab facility where 4 staff members and 1 patient have tested positive, but stress many of the recent cases here in Danbury involve younger people.
Just remember, young people, perhaps you don't suffer all the same complications that your parents or grandparents do, but you can infect.
That's why Danbury School District is holding off on bringing its kids back into the classroom until October, instead going with distance learning. The city also closed its fields and canceled youth sports.
I was at games on Tuesday night. Parents didn't have a mask on. Kids on the bench weren't wearing a mask. Nobody was social distancing. I mean, that's a problem. I mean, it's still there. I know people want to think and forget about it because we're so tired of this. I get it, but it's still there and we've got to be diligent.
Now, pretty timely, there's going to be a Masks for Schools event here in Danbury being planned for next week, so being able to get those kids their masks. Also, trying to cut down on large gathering spreads. The city and the state actually closing down the boat launch for Candlewood Lake here in Danbury. They said because they had reports of a lot of folks gathering, partying out on the water. They said they don't want this to get out of hand. We'll have that part of the story come up tonight at 6. We're live with the mobile newsroom in Danbury. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.